Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the commentary for the first episode of Region Freedom. Notice the blue background there. That's just like a background that I found online. I'm pretty sure royalty-free. That I sort of used it in a lot of my older videos, but eventually the only series that I still use it in, I'm pretty sure it is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime comparison series. It sort of fits here, being here, because this is, once again, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Full disclosure, Region Freedom is actually, like, the #1 series that I want to do. I hate VG Myths with a burning passion. I am stuck in a living hell where VG Myths videos do, like, absolute gangbusters, and, like, I'm just drowning in money. And then, when I do Region Freedom, the only thing I care about in the entire world and has any purpose whatsoever, money is actually siphoned directly out of my bank account, and, like, I'm trying to eat a burger, and the burger dematerializes as I eat it. It's, you know, it's like reverse paying for food. Rewinding a bit, these games here are actually all games that I have definitely planned on doing Region Freedom episodes for. Only one of them have I done a Region Freedom episode on, and it is the only other Region Freedom episode. You'll probably also realize, Great Ace Attorney and Fire Emblem. Yeah, both of those have already gotten official English releases as of when this video was made. So, whoops. Galgun, though, Galgun is still eligible. We've gotten localizations of the Galgun sequels, but never actual true original Galgun. The only problem is, I cannot possibly make a Galgun Region Freedom episode because my mom watches my YouTube channel. So the entire point of Region Freedom, there are so many Japanese games that are just exclusive to Japan, have not gotten localized. Many of them likely will never be officially localized. And of the ones that get fan translations, only a very small percentage. So I kind of just want to shine a light on these games that like have not gotten the time of day in the West. So right here is the very first Yu-Gi-Oh! Game ever, period. Nobody talks about it. Nobody cares about it. Pretty weird considering how gigantic Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. So it seemed like a great place to start because I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really want to play every single Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game. All of them. I mean, like, come on. The whole series is about games. It's perfect for video games. And I'm really hoping there's some good video games out there. Of course, theoretically, I was thinking I would make a Region Freedom episode about every single Japan-only Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, which there are a lot of. But I've sort of realized that's probably never going to happen. One, because look how often Region Freedom comes out. Number two, there are a lot of really trash shovelware Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game adaptations. Like, from what I can tell, the vast majority of them are just, like, slight patches to the prior one that add in, like, a couple cards and make basic bug fixes. A lot of them don't even seem to have any sort of, like, real campaign. It's just like you battle random characters over and over. Where's the fun in that? I thought this was Yu-Gi-Oh! Come on! It's always the worst, too, when I say I'm a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! And then the person I'm talking to is like, oh yeah, so what kind of deck do you play? And like, what? No, I don't like the pieces of paper. That's not the part of Yu-Gi-Oh! I like. I like the friendship and the murder. Honestly, my dream for playing through the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, which once again will never happen because friggin' of course it won't, is that there's gonna be a game out there that is like a real genuine adaptation of old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Like back when the manga was first beginning, when like you never knew what was gonna happen, there was a new game every single friggin' chapter, and whoever loses gets friggin' murdered. I can at least appreciate that there are some Yu-Gi-Oh! Games that are not card games. For example, this one. This is before the card game got big, so they didn't have to be locked in by that. Actually, I'm not even sure if the card game as we know it existed yet. I've done a little bit of research into like Yu-Gi-Oh card game history, and I think there was some primitive form of the card game that like is legally separate, like the rules are different, and I think this game right here actually came packaged with a Zork card that was for that prior game. In fact, I'm not even sure if it was actually a card that was used for a game or not, or it could have just been a little piece of memorabilia, just like, haha, it's a card game from the fictional card game that does not exist in real life. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm watching this whole episode, I'm starting to think I might wanna boot up Region Freedom again. So the second Yu-Gi-Oh game is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters for the Game Boy. It is actually like the card game. It's an actual real Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game video game. And it has a set on Retro Achievements. A set got published on Retro Achievements a little bit ago. The only sad part is if I'm gonna do a Region Freedom episode, generally I'm absolutely going to want to actually play a physical copy of the game on official hardware. Not really gonna happen with Retro Achievements, unfortunately. So I have to choose between, am I gonna make a Region Freedom episode, or am I gonna get Gamer Score? You already know what I'm gonna choose. But yeah, if anybody out there is interested in playing some old school Game Boy Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, go check it out on Retro Achievements. It's just titled Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. There unfortunately is not a set for Monster Capsule Breed and Battle, which I've actually thought of trying to get into coding achievements myself, specifically to make a set for Monster Capsule. Because, you know, it's a bit of shame that nobody's playing this game still. First Yu-Gi-Oh game. It doesn't even matter if the game is bad, which it isn't. The game's actually good. But even if the game was bad, the fact it's the first Yu-Gi-Oh game means that everybody is legally obligated to play it if they like Yu-Gi-Oh. Do you like Yu-Gi-Oh? Have you played Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Capsule Breed and Battle? If no, then you're a bad person. Hurry up and start being a good person. Of course, one thing I could do to get people to play Monster Capsule Breed and Battle. What would happen if some sort of giant bajillion subscriber YouTuber named GamerChamp 3000 were to do a VG Myth challenge run, beat the game? Like, actually, like even back when I was making this video, the Region Freedom episode, I was looking around online just to see like what kind of information I could find about it. And there was actually at least one video online where somebody had done essentially a challenge run of Monster Capsule where they beat the campaign using only the rental monsters. Those are like the absolute lowest level monsters. They have not been bred at all, and they don't even have that good abilities. So really not recommended to tackle the campaign with them. You're really outmatched. So yeah, perfect for a challenge run. And I want to add, like, completely in the spirit of Yu-Gi-Oh, like even in Monster Capsule, in the manga, like the whole premise, I think the very first Monster Capsule match was that Mokuba gave Yugi like really, really crappy monsters and gave himself like the super duper best monsters in the game. And then of course Yugi had to overcome the odds. Heck, now that I'm thinking about it, VG Myths is just one giant Yu-Gi-Oh! It's, you know, like you put yourself at a tremendous disadvantage, and you gotta do the game. It's time to do the game. Also, God, you know, now that's coming up, I really wish that I had gone out of my way to force Rebecca to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Capsule Breed and Battle with me at the time. We actually did play Pokemon together for a little while, through Gen 1 and most of Gen 2. It sort of fell off, but that was really fun, and I think like both of us working together to complete Monster Capsule, like that's exactly what the game is going for. I think it would be amazing. So yeah, once again, if anybody wants to go play Monster Capsule, find a friend who wants to play Monster Capsule. And like, if you could get 2 copies of the game, that'd be perfect. But otherwise, maybe just like trade the game every once in a while, and then you can do battles to trade monsters together. Ooh, now I'm wondering what if there's actually a Yu-Gi-Oh like trading card game that does the same thing. It would be perfect. It's so Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, working together with your friends to actually complete the collection. Like if there's any game series where requiring players to trade to 100% it makes sense as a thing, yeah, it's Yu-Gi-Oh. Also, at the end here, I tease that the next Region Freedom is going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Capsule Game Boy. Didn't get around to that. Still haven't played it. I do own it. I bought a copy in preparation, but I never got around to actually playing it. That game actually looks really cool. So it's another Monster Capsule game. I think the rules are a little bit different from the PlayStation one, though. And really interestingly, so it actually has a campaign, and the plot of the campaign is that you know how Kaiba goes into a coma, like when he's repairing his heart after it gets shattered by Yugi and all that. So the plot of the game is that he gets somehow Kaiba in his coma is given the Millennium Ring, and the Millennium Ring possesses him. Whenever I do get around to playing it, I'm definitely doing a Region Freedom there. It's also worth noting if you're worried about like price-wise for importing Japanese games, friggin' don't worry about it. They're actually really cheap as long as it's a game that the West doesn't care about. I checked eBay. There's a copy on here going for like $12. That's including shipping. So yeah, no, you're good. You only need a little bit of Japanese knowledge. You will need a little, just enough to read the basics. You'll be able to figure it out. And if you don't have any Japanese knowledge, like God, I highly encourage it, because I've been studying for years off and on. I suck at Japanese, and the doors have opened so wide. I can play through Japanese games. It's amazing.